This is Super Yacht News. In association with Go Earth, navigating boat buyers to better deals. Hi, welcome back to the channel. So last night we got contacted by a number of people in St Tropez in France saying there was a yacht on fire. This was quite late. It was probably almost 11 o'clock UK time in the evening on this yacht in St Tropez. The yacht's name is Sea Lady 2. The story was given to us by a number of people, some crew working on yachts, some people, bystanders. I'll put some video on screen so you can see what I'm talking about. We had a few people saying that they came in the day before, on the 9th of July, the vessel arrived there, then it went out for the day. It went to a beach nearby in St Tropez for the day, and it came back in the evening about 18:30, so 6:30 p.m. local time. And after that, about 15 to 20 minutes after the vessel arrived back in St Tropez, the fire started on board. One of the people we spoke to, who's an engineer, told us that he believes it's an electrical fire. I would say it's almost certainly an electrical fire, just based on the location of the fire. As you can see in this very early footage here, the fire appears to be emanating from the bridge, which is kind of unusual. Normally the fires start in the engine room and then they go up, but they're more towards the rear of the vessel. This is clearly on the bridge deck. In the bridge area, I would imagine it's some sort of electrical fire, because a lot of the circuit breakers are on the bridge for obvious reasons. You need to be able to control your vessel and electrical systems, and most of the circuit breakers for operating of 400 volts and all kinds of stuff are on the bridge. A lot of batteries, battery operated equipment also, the circuit breakers for that equipment is on the bridge. So I think that's probably where the fire started. Now, ordinarily, when a yacht arrives in the marina, they hook up to the shore power, so they don't have to run the generators. Based on the amount of time that they were in, it's unlikely they managed to get those hooked up. It could, of course, be when they hooked up that's how the fire started. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's unlikely based on the amount of time that the vessel had been there. Now, one of the people that we spoke to said that it was the people on his boat actually told the crew of the yacht that the yacht was on fire. They didn't seem to realize that the yacht was on fire. I don't hear any general emergency signal on this yacht. Normally you would hear 7 short, 1 long emanating throughout the vessel. Now, where do you activate that from? You can activate it from any fire point. There are auto activations as well. It could be by the time the video was filmed, that system was already destroyed, because the controls for that system are on the bridge. So that could be the reason why we don't hear it. One of the engineers told me that they started their own fire pumps to get to try and help fight the fire, and then the personnel from the marina asked them to move their vessel, and they said they were struggling to get enough pressure to fight the fire themselves using the fire hydrants in the marina as well. They were struggling to get the right amount of pressure, so they fought that fire until about midnight, I believe. They got it under control. It's quite an incredible scene to see, this yacht's blazing away, and then all these people are sort of sitting around dining and partying, and you can hear music playing, and there's this yacht on fire. I'm sure everybody who needed to be helping were helping. You can see fire engines and stuff in some of the video footage. And then by the end of the night, the vessel was partially sunk, probably sitting on the seabed there, or on the marina floor, should I say. You can see in this photograph, which was posted by the St Tropez, they've actually closed the marina. You can see that the vessel is sunk. Now, it's probably because of the water. The amount of water that was sprayed onto the vessel to put out the fire has caused the vessel to sink. That's what usually happens here. So yeah, the vessel, it's an old yacht, built in 1986. It was refit in 2010, I believe. So it's had quite a long time since its last refit. Aluminium hull and superstructure. So it's not a fiberglass vessel, and it's flying the Maltese flag, as you can see. 41 meter, or about 135 feet. So like I said, the fire is out. You can see there's actually a live cam for St Tropez, and you can see that there's a boom in the water. That's to stop pollution. There's oil leaks and all of the stuff, the fire retardant that they sprayed onto it. They're trying to contain it with that pollution boom. So yeah, so that happened. As far as we know, nobody was hurt in that fire, which is a good thing. You know, generally the way it would work on a yacht when you're in a marina like that is, as soon as you hear the fire alarm. We practice all the time in marinas for fires, but we practice it as if we're in a sea state. So, you know, effectively we're at sea. But the reality is, when there's a fire and you're in port, everybody evacuates the vessel. They obviously try and fight that fire as best they can, but everybody else will evacuate onto the quayside. So hopefully everybody got away. We haven't had any reports of any injuries, so that's great. All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to talk a little bit about Paige Bell, the young woman who was allegedly murdered on board a yacht, a charter yacht in the Bahamas. The vessel's name is called Motor Yacht Far From It. It's a 42-meter, 130-foot charter yacht, and the chap that supposedly did it, or allegedly did it, his name is Brigado Lara Munoz. As far as we can tell, that's his name. Now, he has been arraigned in a court in the Bahamas. He's been denied bail, and he's being held there. He didn't enter a plea, wasn't required to at the time, and he's being held until November the 20th for his next hearing. What we've heard is that Paige was from Johannesburg, or she lived in Johannesburg. I think her family's from Durban. They're saying that they were trying to find her. They couldn't find her on board. She didn't answer her phone, so the crew did a search of the yacht, and then they found her in the engine room. She was apparently partially dressed, and she had cuts to her throat and arms, defensive wounds to her arms, I believe. And then they found the engineer in there as well, with cuts to his arms, and we've also heard that he may have had cuts to his chest. We're not sure on that one. And he's been identified as a 39-year-old Mexican national. We'd like the yacht to get in touch with us. We've been trying for the last couple of days to find out who manages this yacht. We think it's possibly self-managing, because it's only a small yacht. They might not be using a yacht management company. They might be managing them themselves. We'd like you to get in touch. We're trying to confirm something, and I think it would be really helpful if you could confirm this. We believe that the photographs being disseminated by the mainstream media right now, New York Post, the Daily Mail, the Sun, the Mirror, the Daily Star, these are tabloids in the UK, obviously New York Post is in the US. Everywhere we've seen photographs, they're showing the picture of a Mexican chap from Facebook, and we don't believe that is actually the right person. Now, we believe we have a photograph of the right person. It's been sent to us by somebody who previously worked with him. So he's saying it's definitely this guy. But we're a bit hesitant to use the photograph until we can confirm it 100%, because we don't want to do what we think those other media outlets are doing right now and posting the wrong pictures. Now, that we did a search and we found the same Facebook page that they have found of someone called Brigado Munoz, but this chap's name is, Latin American people, they have two last names. They have their parents' last names. The father's last name is first and the mother's last name is second. But in Latin America, they generally go by their first last name, not the last name. This chap, we believe his name is Brigado Lara. That's what he goes by. And we believe we have a photograph of him, but we want to check with the yacht first. Now, if the yacht doesn't want to get in touch with us, that's fine. But you need to issue a statement and tell the mainstream media that they are showing the wrong person, if that is indeed the case. Because somewhere in the world, there's a man whose picture has been shown online, and they're saying that he murdered a young woman. And if he's not the guy, then you need to tell people ASAP. So we would like to talk to you. We'd like to show you the we'd like to show you the photograph of the person that we have to confirm it. Like I said, if you don't want to talk to us, that's fine. But please issue a statement and say that those photographs are incorrect. I think that's pretty important thing to do for the person who's been shown wrongly as a murderer. So that's all the information we've got for you right now on that story. Like I said, you can get us in via email, news@theyachtReport.co.uk. There's also contact details in the description. There's the email address, there's a WhatsApp number, there's all kinds of contact details in there. So please get in touch if you work on that yacht. If you're former crew, or if you know who this person is and you know that that photograph is incorrect, also please get in touch. You can remain anonymous as long as you verify to us who you are, just to confirm that that is the wrong photo, and then we will show that photo once we know for 100% that it's the right person. All right, guys, it is Friday. We're going to do a Friday yacht spot, try and finish on a positive note. We've got quite a few yachts here today because we haven't done this for a couple of weeks. So first yacht here on the list, Motor Yacht Firebird. This is formerly Motor Yacht Anna, formerly owned by Dmitry Robolev. Now I believe he sold that vessel. That's why it's had a name change. Not sure who the new owner is as I film this. I didn't have a chance to check. This is the video footage here is the vessel docking in Van Isle Marina, I believe it is in Vancouver Island in Canada. So yeah, that's a nice shot. 67-meter yacht, built in, I think it was built in 2007, 2006, something like that. And it was refit after it was purchased. It was up for sale for a long time. Obviously, Robolev he ordered a bigger vessel, 110-meter, which he's apparently also allegedly sold, which I find very odd because obviously he likes his yachts. Anyway, we'll move on. We've got Motor Yacht Silver Angel here. This was taken on the 5th of June. This was in Sicily, actually. So I was on my way there when this photograph was taken. Frank Lake sent this in from the UK, so appreciate that. What else we got here? We got Motor Yacht Archimedes. This is in downtown San Francisco. Photograph was taken by Morgan Gambino, who is a member of the US Coast Guard. So thank you for that, Morgan, for sending that in. Next, we've got Motor Yacht Vida. This is in the Azores in Portugal, and it was sent in by Dave Whirl. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, Dave. Sorry, I probably got that wrong. From Australia. I'll put his name on screen just in case I've destroyed it. Probably have. Next, we've got Motor Yacht Victorious. This is in Santorini. These were taken on the 6th of June. I think he's used a pair of binoculars and taken a photograph through with the camera, which is, I've done that myself actually when I've been on the bridge of a ship. This vessel was, this was built all over the place. It was built in Chile, and then it was moved from Chile, and it was taken to somewhere else. I can't remember the story now. I did a bit on it. We did a tour on this yacht. We did a full tour and a technical tour. I'll put links in the top description here so you can go and check it out. That was at the 2022 Monaco Yacht Show. We did a great technical tour on that vessel as well. Walked around with the chief engineer. What else we got? Motor Yacht Casino Royale. This boat was owned by the former Russian president Dmitry Medvedev. And he sold this vessel recently. He denies obviously owning it. All his lawyers will email us and tell us he didn't own it, but we believe he did through. So this footage is in West Palm Beach Marina, where the vessel is undergoing a refit. Obviously, the name has been changed from Universe, which is what it was called when Medvedev owned the vessel, and he apparently bought it from him and then sailed it to the US. So. What sanctions, eh? But yeah, it's there having name changes and all kinds of other stuff done on that yacht. And then lastly, we've got Motor Yacht Alfa Nero. I don't think any introduction needed there. This was taken in Greece in May this year. Harold from Amsterdam, thanks for sending that in. And yeah, now the crew actually have to work for a living. I'm just kidding, but they were stuck in Antigua for 2 years, right? I assume some of the crew are still on there from then. I don't know if that's the case. Probably mostly new because there was only 5 people left. But yeah, Alfa Nero now back in the charter game. So there you go. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today. Be sure to check us out on patreon.com/eSysman. We've got loads and loads of videos on there. The second part of the road trip is on there already. It will be posted on our YouTube channel on Sunday. Not on this one, on the eSysman Tech YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, if you can't wait till then, I know it's an exciting prospect to watch this road trip video, you can join Patreon and you can watch it right now. We've also got obviously a lot of other stuff. There's behind the scenes stuff from our trip to Italy, all kinds of videos there. We post almost daily on there, very regularly anyway, videos for our patrons. So check it out, patreon.com/eSysman. If you've got any information for us, any stories or any photos or videos, be sure to send it to the data in the ticker. Like I said, if you're watching from that yacht, or if you know this engineer, get in touch at this email address, and the WhatsApp number is in the bottom, in the description. You can also get us on the Threema account, which is completely anonymous. You just have to get that Threema app, put it on your phone, and you can contact us completely anonymously, and you can tell us some information as well. So be sure to check that out and send us any information about other stories as well if you have it. All right, guys, with it being Friday, I will wish you a great weekend, whether you're working or having the weekend off, and I'll see you next week. I think there's a video coming out on Sunday. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Video on this channel on Sunday is coming out. It's from Genoa, from a walk in the marina in Genoa, old school eSysman video. So check that out on Sunday. All right, guys, bye-bye.